Hey everybody, welcome back to the second episode of Necropolis here at Critical Pixels. So as you can see, right now we are going right back into the exact same section. I think one of the questions that we wound up getting, or that I wound up getting on the comment thread, was whether or not the solo and the co-op drop in, drop out would basically save the exact same spot that you happen to be in the gameplay itself. And as you can tell, I still have my shield, my electric axe from before, so it definitely does wind up keeping all of the gear, all of the equipment, all of the craftable items that you happen to have or that you happen to have acquired if you decide to quit. In a co-op game, I think that's a little bit different because that happens to be for that particular instance, so if you wind up quitting, I don't think that it keeps the same amount of gear that you have to have usually had in that initial playthrough with how many people you're going to be playing with during that match. So I don't think that you can say start a game with 3 friends, then quit that game, start up a game with another 3 friends, and expect to have the exact same equipment. I don't think that's how that works exactly. But anyway, why don't we just jump back in and hit continue, which will bring us right back to the second level. Now, wanted to thank everybody that gave me some of the questions and also some of the other comments for the first video. Really appreciate it. So we're back on the second level, and the one thing that I have noticed during some of the playthroughs is that when you wind up going from level to level, unlike the first one, the floor is spotless until the grind through a kegger. Just lets you know what kind of party is going on in the lower levels of the Necropolis. As you start to go farther down, the pathway essentially starts to become really directed in certain degrees, especially when you're getting right off the elevator. You only have one way that you can really go. However, inside that, there are a lot more spaces that you have available because the maps start to get a little bit bigger. And I'm going to save that area up there because that's a shrine, and I have a feeling I might need the healing benefits of the shrine, just carving my way through all of the other monsters that happen to be in here. As you can see, there's a large clockwork right here, which I'm hoping I can take advantage of with the stairs. And the one thing that you also may want to pay attention to... Oh, that's a bomb. Oh, and I was lucky enough that I managed to kill it. Again, remember what I said about the scavengers. Sometimes the scavengers, especially on lower levels, they start to look like bombs, and that becomes a little bit more hazardous. Now, yeah, I can try to grab some more of these guys. One of the things that is also very important to take note of is the fact that if you start to do a combo, or if you start to perform certain attacks, and all of a sudden you start to see an enemy in the middle of a wind-up or a charge, you can always hit the dodge button, the D button, and you actually will cancel your way out of whatever action you were doing. Now, it doesn't always work as cleanly as you might hope that it would, primarily because sometimes the computer winds up thinking that you're essentially syncing up one combo, and it almost charges the attacks that you happen to be doing in one sequence. So even though you technically have hit the B button to cancel your move, it still has the input saved up, and so it will keep going as if that's what you really wanted to do when you really, really didn't. That can be a bit annoying, but it can also sometimes be useful at times. That fake can... Oh, okay, so that's a scavenger bug, and or scavenger bomb, I should probably say. The ones that seem to have the leaking blue, and those are the ones that will explode into large bursts of flame. I think there are even some elemental bombs that will sometimes pop up. those are usually on much later levels. The second level really is essentially just introducing the fact that you can't always trust the scavengers that you see. Now I believe Tinimator, I'm sure I'm probably butchering your name, so I definitely apologize for that. Wanted to see a lot more of the lock-on and the light attacks as well. And I did mix up some of the light attacks in the previous video. I think the only difference is that some of the strikes, especially with some of the earlier weapons, didn't necessarily seem like it. And there was also a lot of locking on. It's just that one thing that I have noticed is that the lock-on sometimes will slip, even if you've managed to destroy certain enemies. It almost seems as though it switches the lock-on from the target that you initially had to a target that it thinks you want to have. And sometimes that's useful. Sometimes it can be completely and utterly confusing, especially if you think you have an enemy in your sights and all of a sudden, oh, whoa, okay, so that just shows you what the bombs can do. Now, if you can time it correctly, you can actually use those against enemies just right, and it works really, really well. Like that one charging guy right there. You can basically drag the bombs right to you, and they will hunt you down. So sometimes you really need to check if you hear any skittering, because sometimes that can be a spider or that can be a bomb coming right for you, and you really don't know until you start to hear the charge up of the bomb explosion. But these are all full scavengers too. That's one. Nice, okay. Sweet. Okay, so, and that's a magic wand. Let me see. I have, oh, then I'm definitely swapping that, because with that I have distance. So, let me see if I can actually show you guys what the magic wand can do. Let's see. We'll charge it up. Oh, no? Huh, interesting. Okay, so that's just a wand, but it doesn't actually have the... maybe I'm confusing that one with a different one. I know that there are magic wands that shoot, and I thought it was that one, but that just seems like it's a more powerful strike. So, you know, that's entirely possible that I picked up the wrong kind of staff. I do know that different staves have different effects, and you know, usually when I've played through, the only projectile weapons that I actively sought out were crossbows, because those had really good distance and really easy to figure out exactly where to aim, where to shoot with those, especially because you could just lock on and use them. Actually, you know what? I wonder if part of that is because I didn't have an enemy to lock onto. I'm not entirely sure. We're going to try a little experiment, because I think that there's one other enemy that's really close to the shrine, and I think that if I manage to get over here, I might be able to... No. This is really strange. I really thought that one of... No? Oh, I guess not. Well, no, that's okay. That's perfectly fine. You know? It's entirely possible to make that mistake. Let's see if, yes, okay. Oh, but that is a crossbow. So, let me see. So one of the things about crossbows is they swap out to your left arm, I guess. So you always have to make sure that you have the shield that you want in place, because that is one of the elements of I think I might just swap out that staff, because I don't really know that it is what I want. Anyway, the thing about crossbows is they basically take the place of your shield, and if you lock on, you essentially just fire with the left bumper or trigger, and they take a little time to reload, which is part of the charge element to everything. But you can target enemies from a distance, and that is just, it's a great thing to have. Now I'm running a little bit low on food here. Let's see, I've got unknown potions, magic scrolls, scroll of ID. I'm going to use that, and hopefully I can use that. Let's see, that's just poison. Well, I don't want that. I do not want straight up poison. That's just a bad thing. I definitely would like that. The scroll of command. And the endurance, okay, good, cool, groovy and all, but I really need food. So I'm just going to start crafting a few more rations, especially because with the grind crystals on the other side of that wall, I really am going to want something to not only replenish my health and my stamina, but also give me a bit more of a fighting chance. So I'm going to head in, and there you see the plus for the crossbow. Now, of course, the problem with having the crossbow is that you can't dodge, or well, you can't block either. So anything you fire, you basically have to dodge out of the way if it comes towards you. That is essentially the problem. On the other side, you do have rapid fire. That is one of the options. I mean, you can charge off and skewer a lot of enemies with crossbow bolts from a distance. Try saying that 3 times fast. Crossbow bolts. Actually, maybe make that 5 times fast. So, more plunder. Sure is a magic scroll. And I think, aside from just farming ingredients from all the weird rat things, I think we may have actually cleared this entire section. So, time to go back through part of the, oh, that is a bomb. And I'll just blow that thing up because I don't like having those things chasing me. That really is one of the worst things to have, is you don't know where exactly it's coming from, and then all of a sudden you're just set on fire. That's never a plus. So again, like I said, I believe in the last video, if you ever see some of these statues, you have to always be careful. You don't know if they're traps or not. But if you also see these broken shrines, which are sometimes scattered around, those are always useful because they wind up healing you. And that's definitely what you can use, especially as you start going a lot farther into the Necropolis. You can really use all the healing and stamina boosts and boons you can get. So the more the better. But it's definitely starting to direct me in one very obvious location. I think I'm going to switch over to my shield here, because all of these guys are definitely going to start charging. Oh no, okay. Let's see here. Well, get rid of that guy. Let's switch back. And then block him. A little shield bash there. So, right now we're still doing pretty well. See how well I can maybe get these guys to start fighting each other. Oh, well, that's not really going to work now, is it? Oh, looks like that guy got a little stuck there. But I would love to see... Oh, and that's one of the larger... Oh! Wall bomb! Yes! Oh, that's perfect. Okay, so that really was useful. And let me see how much else. I know this probably looks extremely boring right now, but this is such a specific tactic just to try to exhaust and weaken some of these guys. And I think if this works, whew, let me see if I can. Can I eat? Am I so repellent? I am. That's awesome. Okay, so, oh no, whoa, that's horrible. Wow, okay, so that's a bomb. Oh, and now I'm getting trapped, and this could be the end of me. This is... Oh! And the trap killed me. So that by and of itself is kind of one of the hazards that sometimes pop up. You know, you wind up going into a room, it winds up having probably about 10 or 12 enemies, and all of them basically start charging at you. The repellent, and this is one of the things that I've kind of noticed, the repellent doesn't really seem to repel that frequently or that often, so that can be somewhat of a trick or a hazard there, because it doesn't seem as though it's as effective. I mean, the clockwork enemies don't seem repelled by it at all, and the semi-human, undead, human, I don't even know what the monsters are. They don't really seem like they're overly affected by it that much either. So it's kind of hard to really tell how well the repellent does its job. The other things though, the scrolls of command and some of the other things that can freeze enemies in place, those seem a lot more effective. But you also have to know exactly, like, when everything times out to be able to take your enemies out. The only other way that you can really do it is kind of hope that you can get them to charge into each other, charge into traps, start attacking each other. So doing the leaping tactic and trying to get them to swing at each other is really a smart tactic, because there's no way that I would have been able to block all of the attacks from that many enemies coming at once. They would have eaten through the stamina that I had in a heartbeat, and I'd be just as broken. There'd be really no chance that I'd have at all. So that was basically the only thing I really could do, excuse me, to try to whittle my way through some of those opponents. And yeah, you know, it just didn't work out that time. But, you know, all we do is we try again. Just pick ourselves up and start all over and see if we can do things a little bit better, and hopefully the section is not nearly as rough as that one. And who knows? Maybe we'll actually have some better gear, some more recipes, and things like that. And maybe we'll find a chemist chicken. He'll give us exactly what we need, and we'll be able to proceed a lot farther into the second level. So we'll see. What do we have for this run? Raise hand. Become invisible. Can't spells. Plunder chests. Okay, well that's practically what you gave me the last time. But, you know, I think the only other difference was, rotten food, I don't want that. I think the only other difference was maybe, he gave me skeletons, but who knows. So, here's the thing, I'm going to use that, but I'm going to go back to the codex, or to the scriptorium. I'm going to unlock a separate book and see what that effect does. Because this has been great so far, just to get rations and get scrolls. But I want to try something different. I want to see what different effects are, especially because that's only really useful if you're in a shop. And while I'm hoping for chemist chicken, I'm not going to hold my breath on that. So let's see. The shield goes in front of you. You're it. Oh, okay, so that freezes enemies. That could be very, very useful. That looks like that removes exhaustion, which is really important. I don't really know if that's that important, because technically fall damage doesn't really happen. And I'm not really sure about some of these others. So... Regenercize. I think that basically means that if you don't attack, you regenerate things. So, run is another one, which means you can eat any food and it doesn't really matter. I'm kind of going back and forth between you're it and maybe avoiding exhaustion. That one sounds pretty... Oh, and this looks like it actually makes more... Oh, but I'm one off. Should I save up for that? Because that could be so useful. That's really challenging. That is really, really challenging, you know? Good defense, good defense. Man, I don't know. I really don't know. I want to say that, oh, and that's probably just killing things. You know what? I'm gonna try the exhaustion one. Oh, it looks like it just refills your exhaustion meter faster. Wait, no? Okay, so then what does that codex do? Okay, I don't necessarily get that bug. Maybe it's that it just refills your stamina bar faster. Maybe it still exhausts your stamina bar, but as opposed to it taking a while for it to come back, if you've charged up, it takes a little bit less time to worry about things than if you were just with a regular stamina. Yeah, I'm not sure. That's gonna definitely be something that I'll have to try to figure out. In the meantime, if anybody actually knows what that one does, you know, shoot me a line, let me know. Definitely would be very curious to find out what exactly the Mr. Monk's most excellent pamphlet on avoiding exhaustion happens to be, because the description says one thing, but it seems as though the effect is something completely and utterly different. So, let's just keep on. It doesn't seem like there's any other choice. We'll just keep going this way. Okay, Okay, so the game is saving. Now, the one thing that I think I have also been picking up too, just in playing the game and also seeing things, is that if the game is saving stuff, either it is starting to load a completely new section and starting to essentially define and recreate new segments for you to explore, or it's starting to generate a lot more enemies for you. And when that happens, it's kind of giving you a heads up that you may want to start getting ready because things are about to go down and you better be prepared for it. It's also kind of a good thing in case you need to quit or save up or even invite other people in, I'm thinking, because of those circumstances. But again, it's still a really good idea. Oh, no. Okay, so we have some shields over here. Maybe if I can stick around. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. Sneak around and get a better shield. And those guys pick up pieces. That's right, he killed your shield guy. Go after him. That's right, shoot your laser beams. Pew pew. Pew pew. Go on. Go on, pew pew. That's right, pew pew. Oh. Wait. How is it that I grow exhausted? My book is supposed to prevent that. Somebody explain it to me. I don't get it. Hi, you stupid Tin Man. Okay, so that little hazard out of the way. That scavenger completely empty. Let's keep going. Okay, we have a clockwork guard with an electric blade. That's what I want to see. Let's see, what else do we have? Another shield guy. No. Adios. Let's see. So are you... Yeah, those guys are fighting right there. Gonna leave him alone. Maybe I can sneak up from behind and... Yep. A little bit more damage on the clockwork. Bounce out of the way. Bounce out. Okay. Stick a move, stick a move. And he's toast. I like it a lot. Okay. So, everything's still going relatively well. Managing to... What is this? That's rotten food. I don't want that. Managing to kind of fly through a lot more of this level. And I think part of it is not only because I'm getting back into the flow of everything, partially because, you know, didn't really do too badly in that first video. It just so happened that this last one, or that last playthrough with the second level, was kind of fluky in how everything went on the second level, and unfortunately it didn't work out. But we shall try to solve that relatively quickly. Not seeing nearly as many spiders too, which, wow, that was really quick. Which also means that I may have to go and farm, because I definitely want the health benefit of the fountain for everything before I go into the next level. I don't want to go in there with the baseline health, because that will definitely hurt, and every little bit helps when it comes to this. Let's see. 893. Do I dare with that? 2 to open, 5 for the... It's kind of a little bit tight, especially because there's no other stores. You know what? Here's the deal. I'll make a quick deal with all of you guys. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run back. Yeah, go ahead, save. Probably means that you're about to start spawning everybody behind me. I'm going to basically tempt fate and go in just a little bit the other direction. If things start to look like they're way too much, if I see any grind crystals, if I start to see just way too many enemies that there's no way I can handle, I'm out of there. I'm running back the other way. I'm paying for what I have, and I am leaving the level. It's not worth it to basically blow the progress here, which is essentially going to get me right back to where we were at the beginning of this video, to try to clear this stage again. And yeah, I don't have the same gear, the same weapons. You know, that just happens clearly. But for what it is, not too bad of a loss. I mean, I still do wish that I had that axe. Shut up, screamer. I think I'm gonna need to start making a few more rations too, because it's getting a little bit low. I'd rather not tempt fate. Okay. Come on, that's a block. Let's see. So right now, I'm starting to expect that all of a sudden there'll be. I was waiting for spiders actually, but you know, these guys, sure. Easy way to clear them. And actually, even in looking at the that charged up strike, it also reminds me kind of the second level as well, because you could look at the stack of enemies that I had in that one room and wonder about, like, you know, well, what if I did charge up and go after them? But with the sole exception of possibly freezing them in place, there really was no opportunity to actively use a charge attack on a group of enemies like that, because that was essentially 12 to 1 odds. And even if I managed to charge up, I might have killed, you know, say half of them. The other half would essentially jump in from all sides and wreck me as soon as the last strike from the charged up attack finished, because I was essentially alone in a room with all of those guys, and I was being surrounded. There really was almost nothing I had an option for from that one. But since this layout almost seems exactly the same, maybe the Brazen Head is taunting me with my failure. We're going to try and get back through this as quickly as possible, with as much cash as possible, and then see if he really is trying to make an example out of me. That's right. Okay. Perfect. So there's a chest right here. Oh, and it's a chicken. It's a chemist chicken, of course. So, looks like I'm going to wind up spending a lot more. Oh, but stone skin. That's going to be massively important. Yeah, we're definitely going to use that. So, I don't care how much I have to spend on that. Let's see. I'm not worrying about that. That doesn't seem to work. I don't even know how well those work. I'm kind of loath to really use some of these other ones, but I'll buy one, and we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Thank you, chemist chicken. Let's see. That shares a magic scroll. You really don't have anything. I don't think you disappear. Okay, so basically, given all that, I think it's time to eat and some other random unknown potion. Great, another screamer. Definitely going to need to let's see. Might as well read that, just so I have a sense of what exactly I have in my inventory before I start. Oh, perfect. I have 2 vigors. Oh, buddy scroll. So that will really help, especially if I wind up getting into another section like I did on the 2nd floor. So why don't I see if I can craft at least 1 arcane food? Always useful. I need scales. That's the only trick. Is I don't have scales. Can I get you? Yes, I can. And one other thing that I really have to recommend: if you can manage to trick these guys or get furniture or some kind of obstacle in their way, so you have some kind of tactical advantage, whether that happens to be a height advantage, it happens to be a furniture advantage. Use it. Use whatever you can to put yourself in between the strikes from the creatures of the Necropolis and you. Most often, or more often than not, you'll have more of a chance to get your hits in without them having a chance to land a hit or find them getting stuck on the environmental object itself. And that can really be the difference at times between life and death. So I know I'm tempting fate here because this looks like it's partially grind or grind influenced. Yeah, there it is, but where are they? That's really weird. Okay, so I guess it hasn't started to take effect, so grind won't show up there? Okay, cool. I don't care. I am not going to actively seek out grind if I can help it. Those things are really, really hazardous to your health. And kind of your sanity as well. Let's see. That's one. We'll get some shield guys over here too. Yeah. Perfect. See, it looks like a clockwork. Maybe some more chests over there too. Full scavenger. Just perfect. See if I can kite 1 or 2 of these guys or get them stuck. one of those two. I think the other one might actually be stuck up there, so I actually have a bit of a breather. Really? 3 power strikes? No? Interesting. Okay. So... Alright, so that's that for that guy. Scavengers have got to be working overtime right now. Out of the way. Out of the way. And out of the way. Okay. So far this is really actually going extremely well. Got a lot of cash. Technically, if I wanted to go back to the Kim's Chicken, I definitely could. I don't know that I need to, though, primarily because I don't really think that he's got enough of what I want within this current section to really help me out. But I do have enough to make a few rations here and there, so... see here. Might as well eat up while the eating's good. Because there's no guarantee that I'll have a chance otherwise. Let's see. No guarantee you're not full at all. Forget it. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can still get those odds, I think. Oh. Don't get cocky. Oh, I got cocky. You must say that's somewhat disappointing. I'm disappointed in myself. Alright. You know what, guys? I'm going to try to redeem myself one last time, and then I might call it a night, because it's actually rather late and I still have to get up and handle work tomorrow, especially with this being launched, well, tomorrow, a few hours today. So, to that end, and I just ruined everything by accidentally hitting the wrong button. Kind of proves how tired I am right now. So, let's see if I can speed run my way through this quickly, and I will try to get as much cash as I need to get to the next section and no more. Inevitably, one of the things that I have kind of started to notice is the risk-reward element of the game is very, very notable and very telling. In some cases, if you start to act a bit greedy, the game will start to actively spawn in more things to really go, are you sure that you really want to do this? Because if you do, that's fine, but I will punish you for it. It's either that or it's kind of karma. I'm not entirely sure which one it is, but it does seem as though the few times that I have tried to push my luck, the house inevitably has always won, because it spawns something that winds up crushing my attempts here and there. Now, maybe part of that is just I was getting a little bit too overconfident. Part of that could be I'm just somewhat tired after a long day. I don't know, but it has seemed that every single time I think I can just wander through and I've got everything unlocked without a problem, the game is perfectly willing to point out just how wrong I happen to be. So, let's see. I'm not sure what the break pottery, chests, get creature droppings. Okay, sure thing. I'm going to go back to the sale book because I don't know what exactly the other one did necessarily, and at least this way I know I can save cash. And yeah, let's just tear through. Bold choice, huh? That probably means he's going to stack the deck against me. With grind right off the bat. Jeez. Grind and spider. Thank you so much. That's one of those things I really would not have expected right off the bat. I mean, seriously. Like, it is rare that you wind up getting something like this. This is kind of mean. Jump, move, dodge, anything. I don't care. Oh. Did that actually work? I think I managed to actually knock a grind off the level. Somehow? No! Wow. Okay, well, you know what? I think I'm gonna call it a night. Clearly, I am tired, and I'm not doing very well with getting back to where I was, partially because of greed, partially because of stupidity with my gameplay. But, that is kind of how, the cookie can not only crumble but implode in front of you. With the second episode of Necropolis, obviously didn't get that far, but then again, you know, it's a roguelike, that kind of happens. Anyway, if you happen to have any questions, comments, or suggestions about this episode, the gameplay, anything else, feel free to either drop them in the comment line below, shoot me an email at cryptpixels@gmail.com, that's crytpixels@gmail.com, or hit me up on Twitter at cryptpixels. I'm Jeff Haynes, and as always, may all your hits be critical and all your pixels stay bright. I probably won't be, because I'm exhausted. See ya.